Hello and welcome to the first in a series of videos going a bit in depth on plants you can find in the gardens, parks and woodlands of the UK. Today I'm walking through my local nature park and we'll see what I like the looks of and what I can give you some nature knowledge about. Here we have the silver birch, Betula pendula, yellow leaves beginning to show more as we move further into autumn. Now, the silver birch has many varieties and I'm not super well versed in their differences. I'll be referring to all the trees I see only as silver birch, referencing the species only, regardless of what variations there might be. With that being said, there are still many similarities between every variety of the silver birch, so it will still help you with gaining knowledge and learning how to identify the tree. The most obvious and notable part of a silver birch is, of course, its silvery white bark. Strikingly different against most trees in most places in the UK, the tree starts off as a light brown colour before it ages into its white papery exterior. Here's a young tree where the base is just beginning to change colour to that white. The silver birch can reach around 30 metres in height, but usually ends up somewhere in the 15 to 25 metre range, and they can live from somewhere between 60 to 100 years, with their long hanging branches that bend down towards the ground. It really is a beautiful plant. As the tree ages, it develops black diamond shapes, and lower to ground level it can even become so rugged that almost the entirety of that silver layer goes. Additionally, the bark also has lenticles, small, horizontal, porous striations that help with the plant's biological processes, which I'll talk about more in another video. But these lenticles can expand over time and break open, showing more of that dark bark beneath, adding another level of visual appeal. One of the most striking elements of the silver birch are its eyes. When the birch loses a branch, it heals over, showing the dark wood beneath, usually healing into an eye shape. In a quiet glade surrounded by tall, thin birch trees, it can be quite unsettling, but even just singular specimens may make you feel like you're being watched. However, quite different from its watchful and potentially unsettling gaze, the birch was prized for its symbolism in early Celtic mythology for renewal and purification, especially during the Gaelic Harvest End Festival, which has now been almost entirely replaced with Halloween. Natural folklore is another one of my interests, so if you'd like any videos related to that, please let me know in the comments. The silver birch flowers and fruits on catkins. The male catkins look like these long hanging yellow fruits, appearing in May and releasing their pollen. The female catkins are smaller and a pale green, growing in just before the leaves in April. These are the ones that will become seeds, but they won't be doing that until around now, later in the autumn. The leaves themselves really stand out with their serrated diamond shape. I also find they hold to the tree for quite a long time in the autumn, so you get this beautiful, vibrant canopy of yellows and orange. For identification, the silver birch is one of the easiest. During the warmer months, its pale bark, black markings and interesting serrated leaf shape will help you narrow down its species, even if not the variety. During the winter months, the bark retains its very distinct look, so it's still easy to identify. However, I always find that if you're ever in doubt, looking to the ground and the leaf litter around you will give you a very good indication, as the leaves will take a while to break down. Thank you for joining me to take in some nature knowledge. If there's anything that took your interest, or any videos that you would like me to make, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Bye for now.